A security guard accidentally fell into a trap, and the boy actually peed on him, even though he begged in agony. The boy didn't stop. It turned out that after the brothers David and Jack stole money, the guard had fallen into the trap while chasing them. The guard guessed their identities during the conversation. The older brother, seeing that they were exposed, walked up to the trap. The guard said he wouldn't tell anyone, only asking to be rescued. But David didn't believe him. David pulled Jack aside, threatening him with 20 years in prison. The guard in the hole kept saying something. David kept telling the man to shut up. The guard also got furious, finally angering David. Jack tried to stop him, but was pushed aside. David unbuckled his belt and started peeing, ignoring the man's wails. David paid no attention. He told Jack not to meddle. Jack could only apologize to the hole, then turned and left. The next day, Jack rode his bike to the woods, cautiously inquiring at the entrance of the hole. The sudden response startled the boy. The man below had broken his ankle. David forbade Jack from rescuing him, but Jack couldn't bear it. He secretly bought food for the guard. At night, he also brought a blanket, flashlight, and painkillers, even worrying the man would be bored. He tossed him a walkie-talkie with GPS positioning, making the guard laugh and cry, but never mentioning rescuing him. The two chatted over the walkie-talkie. The scene looked very heartwarming. The feeding didn't escape David's eyes. Early the next day, David returned to the house they stole from, took a bottle of insecticide, turned to Jack, and said he found a solution. David unscrewed the valve and threw it straight into the trap. The guards struggled in vain. Dense smoke filled the air. The police siren soon went silent. David grabbed Jack, threatening to throw him in the well if he interfered again. But unexpectedly, when they got home, David acted like nothing happened, smilingly inviting him to a wild party. Learning that David was paying for everything, Jack got angry. They had originally agreed to use the stolen money for their mom's treatment. That's why he held back from rescuing the guard. But David was indulging himself. The two completely fell out. Jack simply confessed their crime in public. But unfortunately, no one at the scene believed him. Instead, the two who had torn their brotherly bond got into a big fight. Jack returned home in disgrace, not knowing how to explain to his mother. Suddenly, out of the corner of his eye, he saw a wanted murderer on the news who had fled to this area, looking exactly like the guard. This was a real shocker. For the sake of a murderer, he had been so foolish. But just then, the guard's call came through the walkie-talkie. The murderer was still alive.